Alright, okay, good morning everyone. This is gonna be another one of those VOD reviews that I did for Team Jupiter the other day, which I think got a lot of good feedback from, which is very good, so thank you guys for the feedback. So today I'm gonna do Team Neptune's VOD that happened on Friday. I'm obviously gonna split the video into 4 segments so that it's easier to upload and it's not one whole block of information. Rather, I'll separate it so that people can watch through each one and analyze it at their own time rather than having a 1 hour, 30-minute video that they have to review. Alright, okay, so I haven't watched through this VOD. I had little sneak peeks during the stream when Peter was recording it, but I didn't watch it through. So this is going to be like a first playthrough, run through, analyzing it on the fly so that we can pick up on some certain stuff and see how things go. So, let's go.
We have like 2 insane combinations. We have Rev Dragon and Nanoblade.
Yeah, let's go, guys.
No,
Okay,
guys,
come on, guys.
Shut the beat. Shut the beat.
Okay. Alright, okay, so first of all, let's go over composition. Composition is the most important thing that you guys want to run. So, your composition is you're running for a standard 222. Oh, why is my pen so thick? Ah, gotcha. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Alright, okay, so you guys are going for a standard 222 here. You have the Grav Dragon to combo, that's good. You have Nano Blade combo, which is good. I'm not really sure about the Rhine and the Lucio. Now, hear me out. Beat is good because if they have like a Genji on the other side to play defensive, then that's good. But Zenyatta feels this role better. If you want to run this combo, Zenyatta will be a better choice because Zenyatta has Discord for pressure on the Genji, even whilst he's nano blading, so people can focus him down. And Trans is a safer defensive ultimate. Not really safer, as in, because you can still get one tap through Trans if you're like a 200 HP character. But it's safer, so to speak, for the Zenyatta, because the Zenyatta still stays alive. And the fact that Zenyatta has more synergy with the rest of these characters on the cast, being healing the Genji. Because he can heal Genji easily accessible, the Hanzo as well, the Ana as well. Whereas if you have the Lucio here, it provides peel for the Ana and the Reinhardt and the Zarya, but doesn't really synergize that well with this and this. So Zenyatta would have been a better pick into this composition, and the Reinhardt doesn't really synergize with any of these characters because, like, for instance, if you decide you want to put resources into this Reinhardt here, like for instance, if you want to nano him, unless they're running goats, that ultimate gets 0 value. If they're not running a standard 222, Shadow has little to no value. Because like on this map, you either run quad or you run floats. Those are the more common compositions you see on this map. So, this is City Center, I believe. No, this is not City Center. Oh, I don't know what it's called. But there, this map anyway, you guys can see it in the background anyway. So Monkey would have been better for this composition if you wanted to run 222, because Monkey has synergy with the Genji dive to spot it, and you do have the Zarya for peel, so that would have been fine. So TLDR for this composition, I would have swapped the Reinhardt to Winston and swapped the Lucio to a Zen, and I think this composition would have been fine. Obviously, it depends on how you execute it. Like, if you want to execute this, it depends on what your game plan is, but if not, then, like, to make it easier in terms of how to execute it, swapping those two would have been good. So on their side, they have triple DPS with an Ana and a Lucio. Now that's a bit interesting. Normally, when you run triple DPS, you would take this out for a Mercy and take this out for a Zen. But they've opted for this. They've opted for this combo because of Nano Blade. The EMP to clean up, but the Lucio has no synergy in this composition. Like, what does he do apart from a defensive ultimate for the Genji? He has nothing, provides nothing for this composition because none of these characters utilize off speed boost apart from the peel for the Ana. where Mercy can do the same thing by putting a beam up her ass, you know, and then provides more pressure for the Pharah. But I don't know. We're not going over the enemy composition, so we'll just see how things go.
Just go, mate.
Yeah. Steven.
Yeah, for
Ah, that's bad.
So you spotted the Pharah.
pharmacy actually.
Oh, so they swap. Oh, okay, so she was swapping. Okay, cool.
It's really fucked bad.
They're going behind us.
Hammond on me.
No.
Please help behind.
Steven, pull back a bit.
I'm hacked.
Fire is alone. I hit the fire.
Okay, so it's hard to like. Can you do that with? You can't do that with. Oh, dude, this is why Twitch clips are very awkward. So first of all, there is already a problem as to how you guys roll out.
Yeah,
There isn't any composition. There isn't any call to move in a particular direction. You know, like everyone is like. If I can show you now,
Bad.
if that makes any sense.
Pharmacy actually.
It's
So
really fucked bad.
They're going behind us.
like, so you pressed on. You guys realized what comp they had, which was quad DPS. Right? Safe used his bubble, so he's backing out. Ryan pushes forward on his own. No, Lucky is going this way. No synergy with the Ryan to back him out if he's in trouble. So this is already super scattered. You know, you guys need to have, especially the Lucio and the Ryan, they need to be in coercion with each other as to moving together, because Reinhardt is the most immobile part of this composition. You need to make sure that this Reinhardt has a Lucio next to him 90% of the time. This route you're taking here has little to no value, because what are you going to do up here against their composition when you know the pharmacy is in main shooting down? You don't know where the Genji is. Like, there's no calls to where anyone is, so you're just kind of hovering on this wall to stay alive, I guess. But then your Reinhardt is fucked. There's no call to back out or anything. Everyone's kind of just doing their own thing whilst making calls for the enemy.
Hammond on me.
No.
Please help behind.
Steven.
So they reacted to the Hammond on point. Steven does not react for some reason. He's still trying to poke a Genji with his fire strike, and I believe he will get fucked here. Like, without even...
Pull back a bit.
Yeah, so he gets hacked. Alright? 5 people are doing one fight, one person's doing another fight. That's... Obviously, it comes down to someone needs to be... I think Safe is trying to do it. Like, the rollouts and stuff. Because, like, you guys need to designate someone who does the rollouts. Because right now, without the rollouts, this 1-5 thing that you guys have is probably going to be a common occurrence throughout this whole VOD. Because right now, Steven is fucked. And all Steven says is, I'm hacked. If you can listen now.
I'm hacked.
Fire is alone. I hit the fire.
Oh, you
Steven.
got.
And dies. No emphasis on where he is or the intensity of his problem. Just the casual, I'm hacked, and dies. That would never pass. If it's a priority to your team, and you say, guys, I'm hacked in main, help. It's more... gives more intuition to your team, the rest of your team, to come help you. But the casual and hacked, they think, oh yeah, he's hacked, but like we're still fine, you know. There's no emphasis on your call, then your team won't know the severity of how much you need help.
That was
You
well
got
back.
extra on the corner.
Dude, the fire is slow. Fire is 61 HP.
We got hacked. One. Nice.
So you say you get Hammond, that's 1 for 1 now. Both main tanks are dead.
Get on me. Fire on me.
Genji half.
No minions, be careful.
So Isaac goes down.
Get the end.
I'm hacked.
Fire is on.
Okay. All right. Okay. Whew. This is gonna be an interesting round. So, just in 20 seconds, like 20-30 seconds of this point, there is no target calling, no shot calling. Safe tried to do it, but obviously I think Safe has little to no experience in shot calling. So it's not gonna work out if he's doing the shot calling. I mean, if he wants to pick it up, then he can. I believe that Safe can do it pretty well, as long as he learns, like, the ins and outs of Overwatch and what makes compositions tick, what your win conditions are, and he learns that. Then I feel like Safe can do it because Safe has the personality to do that. But without that, you guys are just playing solo queue. Like, if you just listen to your comms for the last 20 seconds, it was just Hanzo on me, Genji on me, Pharah low, Genji low, Hammond down, no main heals, no emphasis on anything, just kind of like 6 people in a park who relatively know each other, and they're told to play football. It's like, you guys are gonna have no synergy, obviously, because you guys are you've just picked up, like, just met up, and you're just playing football for the first time. So, like, it's kind of like everyone knows their character, but you guys there's no synergy going on. Like, just listen to your comms for the past 20 seconds,
Can pull
if
back
I
a
can.
bit.
I'm hacked.
Right end, none of them. Right end.
Main.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just listen.
Yeah, Pharah.
Ah, that's bad.
They have Pharah Mercy actually.
It's really fucking bad.
They're going behind us. I
Hammond
think.
on me, Hammond on me.
No.
Needs help behind.
Steven, pull back a bit.
See, Safe tries to do it there.
I hit the Pharah.
Oh,
I'm
you
Steven.
got, you
Yeah,
got
that
pushed,
was
you
one
got pushed on the corner.
Dude, the fight is slow. Fight is 61 HP.
We got
Can
half
you-
one. Nice.
Get
Gilo.
on me, get on me. Pharaoh on me.
Genji,
Genji
Genji.
half.
No minions, be careful.
Get the Anna, get the Anna.
I'm hacked.
Anderson, Anderson.
Can I do
Anderson,
my
please.
free?
Anderson. Oh my god.
I'm going
Nice,
free.
nice one.
Something to do
dead?
now.
So, it's kind of like things like that. Like, I don't know if you guys win this fight. I'm not really analyzing the fight right now. I'm just more listening to your comms. The comms are super scanty. There isn't any real objective to what your team wants to achieve. You guys set out your win conditions in the beginning, which was you guys have the the nano blade, and you have the dragon, but I think he's swapping to McCree now. I don't know. You guys set out those conditions, but then there is no plan to execute to get to your win condition. Instead, everyone else was just kind of like doing their thing. No real, like, gel bringing you guys together. And it's all about someone stepping up to do it as much as possible. Because I can't even analyze the gameplay
Nice.
because you guys aren't in synergy. So if there's no synergy, there's no reason to analyze your team play, you know? Like, because the team play is always going to be sloppy.
Nice, nice.
I'm coming from
And
me.
I'm not essentially saying that as a bad thing, but it's like kind of like, obviously you guys have only been together for like a month or so. But then in that month, you guys have played a couple of times together. Like, I know, pardon me, I know that Lucky and Safe have played a bit together. So has Isaac played with you guys. And then obviously this is, if you just look at Levi has also played. So 4 of you have played a lot together. Eladio does come in sometimes. I don't know about Steven. I rarely see Steven online to play. But then you guys have these kind of, like, the playing together on the reps is all about giving people the roles that you guys need to be able to execute these team plays properly. Right, let's just keep it rolling and then just see if there's anything else I can pick up. Because, like, we've already established that there is no, like, gel bringing you guys together. There is no shot calling. There is no objective caller. There's nothing like that. Everyone's just kind of playing their own game with Genji low, Genji half, Pharah on me. You know, just calling statuses, not calling what we're meant to be doing.
After you get Blade, I don't think you should switch from Genji because of the Sombra.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna play Hanzo.
Yeah, so yeah, again, Safe tries to do it. Like the objective caller, which is good.
Alright, let's wait for Steven.
Okay.
we're back.
I'm not gonna wait
Let's
for
go,
you.
let's go.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah, it's
I'm just gonna play.
So you guys still have this Pharah as an issue. You swap to the McCree to pressure it out. But you still have
Pharaoh, wait
Ryan.
for me.
Sorry.
Yes. So that is going to be an issue. As long as this is in the sky, there is going to be pressure on that. So you have 2 options here. You did swap to that, but that's not enough when the Pharah is going to have a Mercy in their pocket 24/7, unless Benos if fuck goes sicko mode and just hits headshots on her. The only way out of this is swapping that to a diva. That's more peel, more reliable peel than a bubble. And swapping this to a Winston. Swapping that to a Zen. Just going dive, basically. Dive with the hit scan would have been your best bet. Because in the Holy Trinity, you know, quad DPS is countered by dive. You know? Quad DPS counters goats. You know? So, and I don't think goats counters dive. Yikes. I mean, it doesn't really counter dive. It's just better than dive. So, if you look at this, if they're running quad, so you guys should run dive. Like, it's one of the basic things of Overwatch. When it comes to compositions. Like, if you spot this, like the two options they have in Overwatch, well, three, when you're playing against a composition that you're unfavorable against, you have two things. Your first option is to match it. So you guys also run quad DPS. Your second option is to counter it. So by running dive against the quad DPS. And your third option is to play your unique comp. So your unique comp is a composition that you guys have confidence on and you feel like can work against this. Like for instance, if I give an example for any of you that watch pro play, Dallas Fuel's triple support, triple tank, which is kind of like goats, but instead of the Brig, they have a Baptiste. That's kind of a unique composition. It's a variant of goats, but it's unique because they don't have the armor. Instead, they rely solely on the lamp and the healing. So those are the three options you have when you're up against a favorable matchup. But in this sort of scenario, what you've done is you've taken up the counter option, but only some of your team have. If you want to counter a composition, you need to change the composition, not change a character. You know? It's kind of like if you're running Pharah Genji dive, for instance, and they have 2 hit scans, you can just drop the Pharah for, let's say, a Tracer. In that kind of situation, your core comp isn't changing, except you're moving to a different variant of it, so that's fine. But, like, for instance, if they have an enemy Pharah, and you guys roll out with, like, for instance, the comp you did then, when you're swapping this to a Hanzo, then it's ideal to change the composition so that the Pharah is dealt with, rather than just saying that, oh, instead of Hanzo, we can have McCree, then the Pharah will be dealt with. Not really. Because she has a pocket. But anyway, we're delving too much to it. So, the 3 main options when you're in an unfavorable matchup is to match the composition, counter the composition, or play your unique composition. But right now, you guys are kind of just trying to counter one thing, but then there's still weak points in your composition. One of those weak points being the peel.
Oh my.
The PO for Diana. There is no PO for Diana, so you guys are just gonna get rolled. There is no main heal. Lucio is not gonna keep everyone alive.
No odds, just reset.
Yeah, come back.
I want to switch to Orisa Hog against that because of the Sombra.
Well, I think.
Let's keep going because we have ults familiar about.
It's like when I do these reviews next time, I think I'm gonna get one person from the enemy team, one person from the team to be here with me, just to talk me through what they were thinking about and why they were thinking about it. Because, like, me just assuming why they were thinking about it is kind of like unfair. Because they will tell me that, oh yeah, I was thinking about this because X, Y, and Z, you know. But if I have one of the people in the team here, then it's kind of easier for me to understand what they were thinking about. So, safe mention Orisa Hog. Orisa Hog would do nil here. Why, you say? Because Orisa Hog requires positional advantage to get value out of their composition. If you guys run Orisa Hog here and try to slow roll into quad DPS, you're going to get burnt. Just a TLDR for that. Like, dive is your option.
Can you farm Nano and we
We
engage
need to
Nano?
really control the Pharah, because I'm getting fucked up.
Yep,
Grab one.
identified it.
Oh, that's a bad.
They're behind us.
Genji.
Genji though.
Okay, so Genji was dealt with. You guys survived, but the McCree got dropped.
You
I
give
can
me.
see.
So scraps. Trying to last ditch effort to save. You guys still have time because like the time is only 62%. Pencil, guys are only 62%. You guys don't need to invest ultimates, but you guys invested 4 ultimates into this fight, so you guys better win it.
Fire one.
Can you give me nano?
So Steven shatters, no call for the shatter. The call was for Nano Blade. Steven shattered. So not listening to the comms again.
Get me.
Genji low.
Anna's back alive.
Putting so
Yeah.
much pressure on our end.
Oh no, we have to switch up.
Yeah. I think we should go dive.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. Finally.
Dive is down.
Took you guys a while. Took you 85%,
Yeah,
but you
well
guys
done.
finally got there.
Okay.
And the
truth.
truth of the matter is, the fact that you guys
We have to
realized
go,
it
we have to go.
and you acknowledged it, it's still a plus. It's still a plus in my book, because like, if you didn't realize it, then it would have been bad. But like, at least you guys acknowledged that the fact that dive was the option against this comp, at least even before the game was over, it still means that you guys still have the right mindset as to how to approach things, which is good.
Go.
Korea and me are not here. We're coming.
We're split.
Nice touch.
I'm hunted. Hacked, sorry.
Farah
So
sleeping,
double
Farah
grab.
sleeping.
It's a big
No,
grab.
no.
1 Deadeye, 2k, 2 for 2. Now, 3 for 2. I think you guys win this now.
Help Anna.
Massive one.
Yeah,
Massive
it's
dead.
clean.
Messi.
Nice.
Yeah.
The grab was able to save the game. Okay,
Okay,
So, if we can analyze that fight, there wasn't any real like plan
Yeah,
going
yeah,
in, and Peter's an amazing cameraman.
Get out.
Actually, one.
Yeah, it should
We
be
have
good.
to go in. We have to go.
Go.
Okay, so let's try and analyze this fight as much as possible.
We're coming.
So, who's that touches? I can't see.
Wait,
So, the Winston touches. You guys have 2 ultimates to play with. They have Barrage. I don't think they will get any of these any of their ultimates up before the fight plays through. So, again, like, your objective here is to make sure that you guys survive the onslaught of the Pharaoh while getting picks. That is your objective here, to make sure that you win this fight.
Nice touch.
So,
I'm hunted.
the Pharaoh gets a 1k, but gets 1k onto Safe, but Safe is able to yeet his grab on point, which gets 2.
Hacked, sorry.
Nice sleep from Isaac here to negate the rest of the Pharaoh ult on the rest of your team. Now, there isn't any call from Safe to say 2 in Grav. Safe, even if you're dead, you're still an active part of the team because you have a voice. You can still speak to your team and tell them that there are 2 people in Grav, focus the people in Grav. But I don't know if you did say it. We'll see if you did say it. I don't think I heard it.
Farah sleeping.
Yeah. So, you could have called out 2 people in Grav, focus 2 people in Grav. Deadeye gets 1 on the Sombra.
Low one.
He's one.
Dead.
So nice cleanup.
Nice.
So you guys chase Diana, good.
Help Anna.
Massive one. Messi dead.
Messi.
Give this.
The ball.
Hammer, boy.
Alright,
Okay,
okay.
are you-
So, it was scrappy, but you guys managed to pull it out, which is good. Obviously, you guys now go into the next fight with kind of a disadvantage on ultimates because you swapped that. So you guys have no tank ultimate. Instead, you only have Blade to stall this fight. And they have this, they have that. They have a lot of ultimates. So again, there's no ultimate tracking, but like I said, like there can't be any ultimate tracking if there isn't any set shot caller.
That's good.
So we're gonna, from now on, I'm just gonna focus on what you guys are doing rather than saying the basics that I've already run through in the beginning, which is the lack of coordination, the lack of shot calling and target calling in fights. Because in reality, like anyone with sort of like superior game knowledge on this team, like I said, this is Levi. Anyone with the superior game knowledge on this team should be doing the shot calling. Or anyone with a leader slash motivator attitude can do the shot calling, but then they also have to work on their game knowledge. So if I was to nominate someone to do the shot calling, I would put Safe. Safe would be my best bet to do the shot calling. Well, target calling has to be Steven. Because Steven, you're super quiet in these comms. The only time you've spoken up that I remember is when you get pressured, when you get hacked, and when it's time to stand up and offer a change in composition. Apart from that, there is nothing you're saying in this composition that is actively helping this team. And that has to change.
Back faster, bro. I think I'm gonna stay hammered.
Stay hammered.
No.
It's fine, it's fine.
Can you hear?
I think I might be hog against
It's
it.
one. Fuck.
Come in.
Yeah.
No wheels.
We
I'm
jump a bit.
testing Anna.
What is this camera angle?
DM half. Someone on point.
Nice. Okay, I'm gonna stay here on. I'm gonna.
Ball, stand, ball, one. Keep one.
Full low.
Ball one. Nice.
Fire half. I can see
I'm
the
sure
left.
Mercy, she's alone in the middle. Oh shit, I can't
Nice.
reach.
Messi raising.
The resing.
Nice one.
I'm just gonna let it roll through and see if anything that requires particular
We can
importance.
pick on that Anna. We can. The Mercy needs to
I'm with it.
get on the ground.
I'm waiting for it. Oh, I can't see Diana. Okay, Diana is coming in. I'm gonna go for her.
I'm hacked. She's gonna barrage. I'm hacked.
Finish actually one screen.
Anna dead.
Someone was one.
Fire. Oh, she.
Big DM from Safe there, dude.
Yeah.
Big DM from Safe, dude.
Protect Anna.
Ball one.
Messi here on the left side.
Ball half, ball half.
Get the Genji.
So, like, you guys got the comp, and look how well, like, even without the calls, the target calling calls, look how well the game has changed, because you guys have picked the composition that counters quad DPS. And look how much of a natural advantage you have. There is now the Diva to peel for Diana, because if the Diva wasn't there, that Anna would have died eons ago, and you guys would have dropped this fight. But because you have the Diva, that lovely peel from Safe there, saved your Anna, and kept you guys in this fight. There is more pick potential, because the Hammond can harass the backline like Steven did before, and got the pick onto the Anna. So, like, there's just, you guys have a natural advantage now that even without the shot calling or the target calling, you guys can win fights, because dive is just better than quad DPS. See how much the game changes once you guys, like, can identify your problem and change the problem so that, change it up so that it fixes the problem and grants a solution. Look how much the fight changed in your favor.
Did you want? Some below.
That was solo. Nice.
Good job, guys. Good job.
We'll play actually.
What do we have?
Nearly got bomb.
The Sonia we got. Almost
Nice.
Blade as well.
Fucking Eladio's farming blades, dude. Holy shit. Ball is feeding him hard.
Okay, let's go.
So no consideration.
Nano wave one more
I
time.
think we're right side.
It's just a
I
Sombra
think it's a
probably.
Sombra, no?
Yeah. Don't worry. I'm going to contest.
Go.
Okay, so they swapped.
Are they going by?
Okay,
Becoming
cool.
main,
So
becoming
the
main.
Pharah swapped. I guess it's a last ditch
They're
effort
down,
to get
they're
to
down
point.
below.
Stand down.
Oh, they have a
Push
Reaper now.
push
They have a
push
Reaper.
split.
Shit.
So
No.
EMP hits the two most important people. That's a safe. Okay, right, okay. Oh, dude, I hate this application, dude. I want to go back like a couple of seconds. Okay, so there isn't any tab calling. So that Reaper could have been spotted eons ago, and also the Pharaoh swap could have been spotted eons ago, but no one tab called, so that kind of sucked there. So Steven kind of got fucked because he didn't realize that there was a thing. But anyone can tab call. That isn't a designated responsibility. Anyone can press tab and say, oh, they've swapped to Reaper and they've swapped the Pharaoh to Genji. Anyone can do that. It's just how much you press
They
tab.
have a Reaper now. They have a Reaper.
Okay, so they've used Valk now because it's their last fight. They're gonna use EMP as well. So they have to EMP Lucio and Diva. Those are the big people they have to EMP here. And they get the Lucio and the ball. The ball was already dead. So that was kind of negligible because he was naded and there was no way that anyone was going to heal him up there. So he was ready out of ice. So they don't have any ultimates now, right? The only ultimate coming up is ball. You guys have bomb to clear, and you have nano almost up and blade. So in this favor, the Genji didn't get bladed. He should instantly go in. Like, look at him. Look at Eladio. Look at my man. He's already spotting his dive because he didn't get EMP'd. He's already spotting it. And I think save bombs at the same time. So let's see how this plans out.
No. Oh, fuck me. Devil Reaper.
Help Arena. I can't do you.
Interesting. What did I just watch? Alright, okay. Alright,
Oh, Devil
okay.
Reaper now.
I'm just gonna watch this now and just what the fuck happened?
No. Oh.
100 IQ. Bomb. From safe. I respect this bomb so much. And I don't know whether his thought process is the same as mine in that kind of situation. But it's kind of like they've engaged with EMP. Like, you don't know how many people are hit because no one called, like, I'm EMP'd. I think maybe Lucky did. I wasn't listening. But the defensive bomb here, so that they can't engage on your team, because your team is playing on this side, you know. It's like their team is here and your team is here. The defensive bomb prevents them from engaging on the back line or anyone that has already been EMP'd. Provides them with the cover that they have to stay on their side of the point, which is good. Because then it gives Lucio time to get out of hack. And provides peel for Diana so that she doesn't get dove by the Sombra or the Genji. So this bomb here, 100 IQ. Good defensive bomb.
Oh, fuck
So
me.
they cannot engage, and they're already fucked because they're already in an engaged position and they get a 3k.
Nice, we win the speed bomb, big fucking bomb.
Someone's searching on HP, someone's one. When someone comes,
And that's
someone
GG.
Magic, Steven, Reaper,
Because-
someone here with me. I help.
Because what happened there, like I said, it wasn't planned, but because you got your comp has a natural advantage, you guys just win that without even. Because look at this, right? Steven has died, right? Steven dropped, but you guys had 2 ults, and without even planning it, your ults were planned perfectly without even planning it. You know? Because, like, if we go back to that line again, being their side and your side, Safe's bomb covers this side of the point, while Eladio's blade is covering this side of the point. So if they run to this side, they get fucked. But at the same time, if they run to this side, they get fucked. You know? It was perfect planning without even speaking about it. And like I said, the TLDR is that your comp has a natural advantage against their comp. That's just the TLDR of everything. And look how perfectly it plans out.
Devil Reaper.
Help Arena.
They don't know where to go. Because there's a blade on one side, and there's a bomb on the other. So it's GG.
Someone's searching on HP, someone's one. When someone comes, she's one.
Big Magic, Steven, Reaper 1,
Someone here with me. I help.
GG. That's a good fight.
Some problem.
I love how you guys were able to come back from the 99-0 to the 99 and take the point. That's
Nice
good.
guys, nice comeback.
Good fucking job.
So,
Well played, well played.
this one map is so long, but then, like I said, I haven't watched you guys play so much in the past month, so I'm going in depth into the analysis just so that you guys can have a kind of like a base foundation of what you guys need to work on. So, identifying compositions, check. You guys can identify what they're playing and what you guys can do to counter it. Obviously, like I said, it was a bit late, but at least you guys identified it, so that's still a plus in my book. People can play their characters, good. Safe can play his Diva. Eladio can play his Genji. Obviously, this will be Levi. Levi can play most of the hit scans. Lucky played his role well. He played the peel well. Isaac played his support well in the situation that he was in, getting pressured by their Pharah. Steven played ball really well in this composition, especially when he came back. He got the picks, the priority picks on the backline without getting pressured out. So you guys played the composition well, which is good. The only thing that you guys need to make sure that you guys are confirming fights now, which I mentioned before, is the designated shot caller and target caller, which I've said. I've already said in the past. I recommend Safe to be the shot caller, and either Steven. I would recommend Steven to be the target caller because it's easier for a main tank to do the target calling. Because Safe can't do both. I'd rather leave Safe to shot call. Then if not, target calling, I think Eladio can do it. So these are the two people I would have, if I just clear the screen quickly. So these two people, I'd recommend to do target calling. Both of them can do it. It doesn't matter who. Because if one says it, the other one can agree. You know? And I'll recommend Safe to do shot calling. That's my analysis, just from this one game. I think I'm going to stop this one game, because like this is enough information for you guys to digest and get an understanding of what your main issues are and what you're good at and what you need to work on. You know, I think we'll stop it there, and I'll review the other VODs later on and just give you guys this video to watch so you guys can know where your baselines are. Because I feel like now that you guys know the baselines of where the root of your, where you need to start building, basically, once you know where it is, you guys can now build up and work on these. So I want to see in the next VOD review, I can have a meeting with Safe if he's really interested in learning how to shot call. I don't mind giving him the basic drills. And Eladio and Steven, I want to see you guys learning to target call. If you guys need tips, you can come to me. You come to any other target caller. Peter's a good target caller. I'm a good target caller. I'm a good shot caller. You can talk to Siren. Siren can also shot call as well. Lawrence can also shot call as well. So yeah, those are your people you can go to in terms of shot calling. Target calling, like I said, you can come to myself, you can come to any of the main tanks actually, you can go to and speak to them about target calling. I can give you a basic rundown. Alright, I'm gonna end this video there. I'm gonna upload this as soon as possible so you can watch this. If you do get to the end of the video, like I said, thank you guys for watching. Really is appreciated you guys get to the end and watch everything so you guys can understand where my genuine passion for you guys are coming from and the genuine effort that I put into your VOD reviews. Everything that I say is to be taken with a pinch of salt. I don't mean it with any ill intent. It's more the passion that I have to show you guys where things are going south and where things are going north, so make sure that everything can go true north and you guys can work on the foundation of your issues and build on them so that they are not there anymore and you guys can become a good team. Alright? Alright, until the next one. Toodaloo.